Hey everybody, welcome to Bearded Bigger Banter, the sports podcast. Welcome Trent, welcome Trey.
How you doing, fellas? Good to be back. Another full week of football in the books.
It is good to be back. Can kind of laugh a little bit right now, guys. I'm healing. Slowly healing. Yeah.
It's good to hear.
Yep.
It's good to hear. I can't believe it's
Start-
already almost a week.
Yeah, sorry if that exaggeration excitement there. Usually it's pretty intense, but I'm a little afraid to raise my voice right now, so anything exaggerated, I won't be yelling at you, Trey. I'm just kidding.
Oh, good.
Good. But yeah, big week of football here. I'm pretty excited about a lot of matchups. Definitely excited about some of these college matchups that we got going on, because I feel like now we're starting to hit. Now that I believe it's week 4 in college football too, is where you really start to get into like some bigger games. Week 1, okay, you got a couple here and there, but now I think you're going to start to see some of these big time matchups. Less of the money games, if you will, with some of these schools. But we'll get into college football here. But let's jump right into NFL football here. A lot of big headlines. One thing that I would just like to point out here before we actually get into some recap stuff, there have been more field goals scored than touchdowns through the first 2 weeks, which I believe is the first time ever. I got that from McAfee's show the other day. So let's take that as you will.
Right.
But it's been some interesting football.
Yeah, I think through 2 weeks, I think 5 years ago there were like 116 thrown touchdowns, and this year I think there's 84. And it's been going down since that year. So I mean, we always said it was turning into a passing league and everything, but now I think it's turning into a passing league where the quarterbacks also run more. And I think that kind of explains why they don't have to rely so much on just throwing the ball. If you're a dual threat quarterback, you can do so much more in today's game. But
understand, I'm talking just touchdowns, period.
Okay. Wow.
Like not just passing. I'm saying there's more field goals than touchdowns through the first 2 weeks.
And I would say it's different in the sense that kickers nowadays are even that much more of, I don't know how to put, like, stronger legs and more accurate, right? 50+ yard field goals, they're 35 for 37. And the only two misses have come from the same person. And you wouldn't guess it unless you saw the stat. It's from
Justin Tucker.
Yeah. So
which is nuts.
Yeah. So field goal kickers are having a year. I also believe that is, you can sit there and say, once again, if these offenses aren't playing together, it's harder to get an offense going early on in the year. How many guys held out this offseason, held in, right? And how many of these guys don't play in the preseason? So it takes time, and that's what I think we always say. It's kind of ugly.
Yeah.
Kind of ugly football.
I'll say another headline, or I think that's kind of overtaking the news cycle with the NFL in general, is injuries through 2 weeks. I mean,
oh man,
it is every day. It's like, oh my God, that guy's out now for 4 weeks. This guy just hit the IR. Oh, this guy's out for even longer than what we thought. And man, it's watching these games. Not only do I cringe when there's a big play because it's always a flag now. It's always a flag. But also it's like, oh man, did someone get hurt on this play? Like it's just, I watch games and I'm like on eggshells. I feel like I can't stand it. And I don't know what explains the injuries. Maybe it is people just not being game speed ready when they start week 1. I don't know, but it's dominating headlines.
That's a tough one. I mean, there's a lot of teams with a lot of injuries. I mean, my team for one, but the Rams have been getting destroyed with injuries. I mean, there's a lot of guys going down, and heck, even the Chiefs with Pacheco.
Yeah.
I mean, Andy Reid even came out today. He was like, hey, he might be back this year, might be back next year. It's kind of like, geez, but it's plaguing a lot of people. So a lot of teams.
I don't feel bad for them.
No, but
I'm sorry. But
that's tough. But
I mean, I'd like to, let's stay on this injury topic, because probably the hottest topic right now is Tua, right? This time last week, we were seeing the crazy hands go back up for him, and I'm not poking fun, but like it's bad. Like he must really, he's got issues. I mean, I think he announced he's going to at least sit at least 4 weeks, but he's not retiring. And I think a lot of people are calling on him to retire.
Yeah.
I don't know do you guys have a take on this? Like, do you see like, hey, just let him play, no big deal? Or I mean, my prediction was, I said there's no way he retires. I just don't think so. I think it's because one, you have to be, for his sake, he has to be medically, like, what do you call it? Like in order for him to keep his contract, it has to be medically determined that he can't play, and then he'd get all that guaranteed money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if he just chooses to retire, and he could potentially come back, he won't get that money. Now, organizations have done stuff like this where they'll still fulfill it and be like, listen, there's stuff bigger than the game of football. There's life after football. But I don't know. You guys have a take on this?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Trey.
Yeah, I think like you said, Trent, I know he's only entitled to a certain amount depending on what happens, but I think the Dolphins should just do their due diligence to not take any heat as an organization. Say, hey, this is up to you, but hey, we are going to give you this amount, even though you probably deserve or contractually would have gotten less. So yeah, give him a little bit bigger than what he's guaranteed, but give him the option. That being said, I think Mike McDaniel, the head coach of the Dolphins, had a perfect answer to the question about whether he thinks Tua should retire or not. And that's Tua's decision. Like, if he wants to go out there and take that risk because he loves the game of football, and he's like, hey, I get to live once and I'm only able to physically do this for a certain amount of years of my life. And yeah, I might pay for it down the line. And I'm sure he knows that, and he's willing to take that chance. On the opposite end, if he says, you know what, dude, this is a game. I want to be there for my kids, they're mentally and physically. So I think I'm going to step away. Like, I've made enough where I can live like that. I think either way is completely okay. And these people that are calling for him to retire, I think that's just as like sickening to me as it is the people that are like, no, he needs to keep playing. He's our quarterback. Like that.
I don't think I've heard anybody say that he needs to keep playing. Have you got? I mean,
because that would get a lot of flack. But
yeah,
I'm sure there are people that think that. Like, if I was a Dolphins fan, like, I would be hoping he'd play too. Like, I don't want to start from scratch, and that's selfish of me, but that's being selfish. And it's the same way as someone that's saying he needs to retire because this is that. Like, he's dumb, he's hurting himself. Well, guess what? That's selfish of you too, to think that you can impose your will on someone else. So, like, I don't know. It's just, I see it both ways, but ultimately I think it's up to him. And I think you're right, Trent. I think he will continue to play.
I don't think we'll see him anytime this year. To be perfectly honest with you. And if we do, it's going to be more than the 4 games.
That's okay.
I don't know when the Dolphins' bye is, but I feel like it could be a couple, more than 4 games, just from the safety standpoint and stuff. I mean, there, you can make the argument the last time, when he went out, and got a little crazy, his hands got crazy, and I don't remember if that was the game he came back in the second half and people were like, what the heck just happened?
No.
But at the same time, I mean, obviously the guy's getting hit a certain way. I mean, because think about it. There's not, I think they call it fencing, is when your hands do that. That's kind of the terminology that I've been reading and stuff. But I don't, at least from when I've watched football, I don't remember anybody ever having that happen to them. With their hands and the like you said, Trey, the posturing aspect of it. I mean, I've seen guys get knocked out cold, where it's like, whoa, they're, are they okay? Are they moving? And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, okay, hey, I don't know where I'm at, but I'm also conscious again. Like, I've seen that, but I've never seen somebody like almost literally. I mean, it's almost like the nerves kind of just like take on a mind of their own. Like, I've never seen that happen. So I don't know what's different with him and with what's happened with him versus other guys that have been hit. I mean, it's an interesting thing. I don't know. I do think we'll see him this year. I don't think we'll see him anytime soon, though.
Yeah.
So Tyler, they have Seahawks this week, Titans the following week. 5 they have the Patriots. So those are 3 winnable games for the Dolphins. I mean, I don't know who their quarterback's gonna be, but then they're excuse me. But then week 6 is their bye week. So he very well is going to miss that 4th week due to a bye week, but then they play the Colts and the Cardinals after that. So looking at that schedule, if he's healthy, that is a super favorable schedule.
Yeah.
And that goes to let's talk about the Dolphins a little bit. 1-11 against teams that are above 500. Right?
Mike
1-11
since Mike McDaniel's been there.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I picked them to win their division this year. Now that's obviously looking a little rough with Tua going out, but I don't know. Today you see some, a couple news about starters being benched, and this proposed trade caught my attention. Bryce Young recently benched, right? Rams are, at this point, there's another trade besides this one I'm going to say, but Rams are in complete, they're 0-2. You lost Puka Nakua, you lost Cooper Kupp. Who else? I think a couple linemen, a couple defensive starters.
It's like 11 guys.
Yeah. So like, are you really gonna sit there and say, "Hey, we're gonna do anything with this year"? I don't know. I don't say you tank. Obviously, it's kind of tough in football, but Rams get Bryce Young, Dolphins get Matt Stafford, Panthers then would get a Dolphins 2nd round pick and Rams 3rd rounder.
If I'm I think the Panthers have a 1st round pick this year. Am I correct in saying that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think they do this year. But I mean, getting them picks is, they need so much. Like they need so much. I'm talking like they even need an owner.
They just cut their leading tackler on defense.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. I think because that was Chase Daniels' proposed tweet, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I read it and I looked, I like the picks, for the Panthers, but like again, I don't know that 2 picks is enough for them.
It is they hurt themselves by benching him. Like they shouldn't have benched him because now he's not worth a 1st round pick. If you're going to bench him for Andy Dalton, you are saying,
Trent, not ready. All you got to do is watch game film on him, and he's not worth a 1st round pick.
So. I know that, but the Panthers would not want to admit that. Was he not number 1 overall?
Yeah,
he's a number 1 overall pick. He's a Heisman winner, and if you bench him, you absolutely just ruin your chances of getting higher compensation.
Yeah. So I think the advantage of him going to Los Angeles with the Rams is the fact that you at least have a very good offensive mind to learn from in Sean McVay.
Yeah, more stability.
You don't have a team right now, but I don't know. Could it be any worse? If he goes to the and what did you say? Stafford then goes to the Dolphins, correct?
Yeah, through team trade.
You want to talk about sailing off into the sunset? If I'm Stafford, that they do have. If I would totally want that if I was Matthew Stafford, because number 1, it's in Miami. Number 2, all right, you have an incredible team around you that right now is just missing their play caller. So they're missing their play caller. You have a very capable quarterback in Matthew Stafford. Obviously at the end of his career here, but at the same time, if I'm Stafford, I'm not gonna lie. I think they'd even have a shot at making a little bit of a run in the playoffs.
Yeah,
if you bring Stafford in, even more so than Tua. Just my thought.
Absolutely. I'm just going to throw one more thing out there. I've even seen, now this is Mina Kimes, propose the idea of the Rams trading Stafford to the Raiders. I didn't hear compensation, but a lot of talk of like, hey, if you're trying to maybe sit here and look at the year and say we're not going to get much out of this and maybe load up on draft capital, Raiders very well could give you a pretty good first. I don't think you give the 1st round pick for Matt Stafford, but I'd give a
Hell no.
second. I'd give a second or third for Matt Stafford. Would you not? If you're in the Raiders' shoes,
I'd go third.
third. Yeah, third. You're right. I mean, it's not long term answer. It's short.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
'Cause
and you don't want to detriment your long term for.
Yeah, my worry right now is the Raiders finally have an actual I'm pretty sure their defense is legit, and I think they're going to waste it with a very poor offense this year.
But Trent, I don't know that it's a quarterback, dude. The top 5 passers right now:
Oh,
Purdy, Minshew, Stafford, Goff, Lamar Jackson.
You just say Purdy.
I'm saying
in terms of
top passing yards, right? No, top passing yards right now.
Yeah,
those are your top 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah. But QBR, look at Minshew's QBR. It's like 43.8.
Yeah, who's top in QBR? That's much better.
You know what the Raiders can't do right now that's hurting them? Run the football.
Yeah.
And when you can't run the football, you can't set up the pass. And I think that's why.
I think it's I don't think they respect the pass, so they're loading the box to stop the run.
Well, it
could be.
It could be either.
Yeah, could be. I mean, pick your poison.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's just something that kind of intrigues me. Okay. One last. I'm sorry if I'm hogging the time here, but let me ask you this: with Bryce Young being benched, who should be the next quarterback out there that should be benched? I have 2 in mind. I have 2. Who should be the next quarterback? I have 2.
Tell me your 2, and I'll say there's anything different.
I have 2.
Trey, give me one.
In all honesty, it should be Will Levis.
Whoa! That's not one of my 2.
Stupid, dude.
Todd, he looks so bad. And he single-handedly is losing them games. He single-handedly is losing them games. He threw
no way.
And their special teams, both
too invested. They're not going to bench Will Levis, dude.
Well, they should. And you know what? Maybe that's where Matt Stafford should go.
That'd be so dumb.
That'd be a terrible.
And I know who Trent's going to say, and I am not on, and I'm not in agreement. I know who one of you guys is going to say, and I'm not in agreement.
Go ahead.
They need to get rid of Doug F. Peterson first. And that's Trevor Lawrence does not deserve to be sat. I'll tell you that right now.
Not even in my radar.
Well, I thought I thought one of you was going to head that way.
They just paid him a boatload of money. They're not going to bench him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, if you say he deserves it, I don't think so. I think Doug Peterson is ruining that team. That is an absolute joke that he still has a job.
He's trying to rebuild what Urban destroyed.
Okay, Urban was there for like 6 games, 10 games.
After he got a little crazy on
the Doug's been there for over 3 years now. So
a little crazy.
The urban tickler.
Yeah. He couldn't get his never mind.
Not easy. Waiting for some sort of face comment from Trey this week. Waiting for that. But okay, I got 2. Do you have one?
No, go ahead. I got a couple, but go ahead.
So one, talk about a boatload of money, is Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Okay. That's another one where why not? Like if you're Brian Daboll right now, say, hey, let's offer something to the Giants. Let's get Bryce Young up here. Give me a chance to rebuild him this year. There's 0. I know it's New York media, but 0 playoff expectations this year from the Giants. Okay. One.
Daboll's got to do something to save his job.
Yeah. The other guy that I think, and it could be very detrimental to his future, is I think Bo Nix.
Whew.
He is horrible right now. He looks horrible. And I know he's a rookie. You can say all you want, but he looks horrible. So, and I love it. Like, I don't want them to bench him.
So here's my question, though, is the 3 rookie quarterbacks right now that are starting: Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, and Jaden Daniels. All right. They're the only 3 that are starting. Okay. So that's not counting McCarthy and Penix and Drake May. All right. But the 3 that are starting right now, each of them has 0 touchdown passes through the first 2 weeks. Okay. So that being said, and this is kind of me jumping a little bit ahead, but who throws the first touchdown pass?
Jaden Daniels.
Trey?
No, it'll be Caleb Williams.
Isn't Jaden Daniels 2-0 right now?
No. I'm pretty sure they're 1-1.
They lost week one?
I think so. But no, I think it's Jaden Daniels as well. But
here's the difference. Jaden Daniels isn't making as many mistakes, in my opinion.
yeah.
Whereas
I will
I did not. I want to vent a little bit about Caleb Williams. I did not like his reaction to CJ Stroud trying to just talk to him and give him advice. Like I didn't like. I know maybe he's looking at him saying you're my equal or whatnot because you're not a vet or anything. But CJ Stroud just went through a pretty crazy rookie year. Good rookie year after everyone doubted him rather than being, so I just didn't like Caleb Williams kind of like trying to brush him off. That pissed me off. And I'm not a Caleb hater like Ty, but I don't know. Something doesn't sit well, but I'll tell you what is sitting well. My futures of plus money for the Bears to not make the playoffs. That's looking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Hey, quarterback that I would say should be benched or needs to be benched, easily Patrick Mahomes. I'm just kidding. No, you could make the argument though. You can make the argument for Dak Prescott, but I know he just got paid a bunch of money as well. Deshaun Watson's one to keep an eye on that needs to probably
definitely
take a seat. But then the other one, I know Trent, you'll hate it. Up until this past week, if he didn't have his last drive against the Eagles,
yeah,
I was, man, Penix, it's your turn, dude.
You were trying to whip that. You were trying to whip that Penix out there next week, huh?
Dude, hey,
yeah,
like Penix energy. But if he didn't have that last drive, and it's crazy that he did, because that's the only thing that people really remember. Now, I watched his post-game interview, respected his post-game interview, because even while he had that amazing drive in like a minute and 20-some seconds, he was still very critical of himself.
Dude,
I got to be better. I got to do this. But
42 seconds, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It was like 7 plays, 80 yards, 42 seconds, and touchdown. After they didn't do anything all game.
Yeah. But what I will say is, and I texted both you guys this too, is if you watch the Falcons offense from previous week, right? It was all shotgun. It was Kirk Cousins sitting in the pocket. They didn't run a single play action play. All right. And then they came out this week. He was under center. Did they still run some shotgun? Yes. But he was under center. He was running his play action stuff. It's the success that he has. All right. Because he does run play action pass pretty well. He does do a good job of, hiding the ball, and, dropping to where it's got to be. And he can make some big throws. And hell, the Atlanta Falcons have a hell of a lot of talent. But that last drive, I was like, okay, all right, I'll sit back one more week here and we'll see. But just the way the whole week went of NFL football, I knew the Falcons were going to beat the Eagles. I mean, the favorites got crushed in the gambling world. Crushed in the gambling world.
Eagles are 2-9 in their last 11.
I know. It's crazy. Yep.
One last quarterback. Watch Joe Flacco end up starting games for Indianapolis this year.
I'm surprised that the Dolphins wouldn't call him.
I'll tell you what.
Is that where he's at, Indianapolis right now?
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Hey, the other one I was waiting on, I think he got floated around real quickly. I don't even know if he's on a team, is Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah. Dolphins. Could he go back home?
Where's he at right now? Is he anywhere?
Free agent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's another one. Just keep an eye out on. But yeah. Any other recap?
No, I think I'm just glad. Hey guys, how's it feel to be 1-1? Yeah, all three of our teams here.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Yeah, little Willis.
You should be, because man, when your quarterback went down, I was like, oh boy. And the fact that you got that win that you did, man, that was
pure coaching. That win.
Yeah, just run the ball down our throats, man.
Trey, according to Tyler, he's no longer on the hot seat.
Oh, finally, right? Yeah.
I said that 2 years ago.
Last year.
No, you said it
yeah.
last year, beginning of last year.
Okay, so it was before the season started, though.
I'll tell you what, though, Robert Sala was looking a little sweaty this past Sunday, Trey.
They won.
I know. I'm just glad you came around to my side. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Well, this is the year that you can actually make a fair judgment on them. So that's why I'm open to it. But
isn't it funny? They finally have a quarterback and their defense looks like shit.
yeah, weird.
Like,
yeah,
it's called terrible head coach. Huh?
Well, that might turn around. Who knows?
We'll see.
I also think that teams are explicitly game planning to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field, though.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Dude. Well, like I think they're doing it more than they've ever done it. Like the Niners last week,
that's a different beast, man. That's a different beast.
Okay, well, the Titans did the same thing.
Shanahan, and I know you're going to hate me to give him credit, but Shanahan is one of the best offensive minds that purposely sits in on defensive meetings. Like that was his strength to get to where he was always known when he was starting out as a real young guy of always sitting in on the defensive meetings to always hear what they look for, what they do, how they stop certain things. And he used that to his advantage. That's his old D coordinator right there. You don't think he knows exactly what he's running over there? He knew where to attack him, and he did.
Maybe you should have kept attacking them with the run this week against the Vikings.
Yeah.
Trying to be a pass-heavy team. Dude, we are so much more successful when they run the damn ball.
Darn right.
Do it in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Hey, are we picks here? Picks?
Yeah, we can do some picks here.
I thought we wanted to do one more just banter discussion.
Okay. What do you got?
With Tyler's Tyler sent us a good link today.
Well, we'll do that. We'll transition out of that after we do some picks.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see it then.
Stupid. You want me to rattle off my favorite picks this week?
Let's hear it.
Go
ahead. I'll hit you quick with them. Ready? I like Texans money line -135 versus the Vikings. I think the Vikings honeymoon is over. 2-0 looks good, but I think Texans are better. I got the Buccaneers. Trey, I see you have -6 there, so I'm going to hop in on that. -6 for about 115. -115, sorry.
So did you want to go first just to take all my picks, or is that?
No, I'm sorry, man. I really wasn't. I have them all up. I'm not gonna lie. I like a little bit of an upset here. I don't think it's a huge upset, but I like Chargers money. I like Chargers. I took 2 of yours. Okay. I like Chargers money line +105. They have the Steelers this week. Once again, honeymoon with Pittsburgh and whatever ingredients are in a hot dog, according to Mike Tomlin. Don't care. I don't know if you guys saw that quote.
That's a good quote. I like that actually.
But oh gosh, I hate to say this, but Raiders -5 against the Panthers. I think they're going to get a defensive touchdown or 2. Andy Dalton first game. Trey, shake your head. Beer bet me, mother effer.
It's not that I don't necessarily. That's just the game I would not bet.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. I'm going Ravens at Dallas. I'm going Ravens. I got money line for -105 right now.
You're picking a Ravens over Dallas.
Yeah, I don't think the Ravens are gonna go in 3. I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got Chiefs -3.5 at Atlanta.
Damn.
I know that's 6. That's unlike me. Unlike me. I don't know. It's unlike me to have that many picks that I like.
It's a tough week, man.
I think NFL is I'm not gonna lie. Both NFL and college lines right now are very tough.
Yeah.
You have some huge lines in college that you're like, oh, I like this, but that's a lot of points to cover. Yeah. And you can't get much value on that. And not a very big overs under guy. I just don't do well with those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyler, do you mind if I go with mine?
No, go ahead, dude.
So I'm on with 2 of the bets. Buccaneers -6. I think, like you kind of mentioned, Trent, there are some 2-0 teams that are in this honeymoon phase where it's like, oh man, they're 2 games, they stole 2 games, blah blah. They might be a great team this year. Well, I don't think that's the case, and I think there's also teams that are 2-0 that teams might consider a honeymoon team that aren't. And I think you're spot on with the Vikings. I think they stole a win last week against the 49ers. I don't think they steal another win against the Texans. Granted, they are home both games. I think Justin Jefferson's a little banged up. I don't know if he's questionable or if he's going to play, but
he practiced yesterday.
Okay. Either way, I still like the Texans in that matchup. The Buccaneers, I don't think, are a fake team. In that same breath, I also think the Saints aren't a fake team either. I don't think those
called that last week.
Catch your breath, Trey. Catch your breath. That was a lot in one breath.
But I just don't. I think the Saints are legitimate. I think that Clint Kubiak might have struck a chord with their offense and all their weapons, and they got a pretty legitimate defense too. Trent, I don't think the Steelers are a honeymoon team. I'm not betting on them this week or the Chargers because I think that's a game I don't have an opinion one way or the other. But I think the Steelers have kind of played this role multiple seasons where they're just a consistently winning team because of their defense, and they can just limit teams to less than 20 points a game almost every game. But yeah, I liked how you said honeymoon teams and stuff because there are a lot of teams that are 2-0 that are like, what the heck? There's teams that are 0-2, like the Ravens, that are also like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? But the other NFL pick that I do like is the Bears plus 2.5. I think they showed, like, they didn't look awful against the Texans. They did put up a game, and it was competitive. Heck, if Caleb Williams has any more time in the pocket for a couple of those plays compared to what he had, I think that they could have won that game, to be honest with you. And I think that this week they get a big win. They play the Colts at the Colts, and they're getting points. I think the Colts are awful, as we saw last week against the Packers. But
Flacco time.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the Bears plus 2.5 as well. I think Caleb Williams gets a win. I think the Bears are too talented and their defense is too talented to not beat that Colts team.
Honestly, though, and I'm just going to real quick, I don't know if you're done or not, but like, I just have to say this is that keeping Eberflus as their coach was a huge mistake for the Bears.
Yeah.
I think they just don't look good. Like, there's not one thing about the Bears that I can look at right now and say, wow, the Bears do that well. Wow, the Bears are pretty good at this. And Trey, you're right. They do have a lot of talent on offense. They have a lot of talent on defense. But right now, there is nothing about the Bears that I'm like, oh boy, they're the scary Bears at all.
No, I'm not saying that.
Not a damn thing.
I'm not saying that.
And I see Caleb Williams is gonna get more and more frustrated. Continues from his last season at USC.
But can I ask you a question? Who wins between the Bears and the Colts?
I don't know that. I honestly don't know that. And honestly, at this point in time, I would probably bet the Colts. I think the Bears are very bad.
Tyler, I watched every down of that Packers-Colts game. That was an absolute, like, embarrassing performance that they put on.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you, dude. Like, they look bad. There's no doubt about it.
Every aspect.
But I don't think there's anything about the Bears that is good right now.
I don't know.
And I'm not saying it's just Caleb Williams' fault. No, because he also doesn't have time to throw the ball.
It's their offensive line.
So, like, there's a lot of things. But when he does throw the ball, he's not super. Like, it's just, there's a lot of things. Does he have a lot of talent? Sure. But I'm also kind of sick and tired that they've already made him a superstar when he hasn't done shit.
They didn't make him a superstar yet.
Oh, he's a superstar. That whole game against the Texans with oh my goodness, I could have vomited. Like, you would have thought he'd been in the league for like 7 years. CJ Stroud, I get it, because he's already proven himself at least last year, and he's already proven himself this year in the first 2 games to show that he's a pretty capable quarterback. All right, he's a very good quarterback. But stop giving this guy the flowers when he has not done shit in this league. You're trying to make a star out of nothing right now.
I don't see that. I don't see it that way, actually. In fact, I think he's getting a lot of criticism because of his hype.
Some.
And Tyler, he threw for less than 100 yards in the week 1 win, and he's acting all happy about it and stuff. And he was getting dogged on by a lot of people for that.
Maybe some of the media, but listen to Chris Collinsworth, dude. He talks the same way he does about Patrick Mahomes.
Jesus, that's one thing I definitely am not going to do. I'm not going to listen to Chris Collinsworth. So
it was awful. All I'm saying is don't make him a star yet, because you could have tried to do the same thing to Bryce Young, and look how that worked out. Stop giving these guys flowers before they actually prove themselves in the league. CJ Stroud again. CJ Stroud is a very I don't want to call him great, but he's a very, very good quarterback. All right, he's proven that. Again, I'm fine with that. All right, talk about him all you want. I also just like CJ Stroud as a player. Period. Like, I feel like he's a good dude. You know what I mean?
It's the difference between that was, and we were guilty of it. Everyone was kind of going away from Stroud leading into the draft, right?
Yeah.
Like, there was more doubt than there was hype around him.
My doubt was because he was coming from Ohio State. That was my doubt.
Yeah. Well,
there's not many successful quarterbacks there, but
yeah. So then we won't talk about Ohio State's lack of success. Let's talk Alabama, because I'm sorry, Alabama.
Said that too. That's why I didn't think Bryce Young would be good.
Bryce Young benched. Jalen Hurts, if you get credit for him.
Nah, he's in Oklahoma. Sorry.
2-9. What else do we got? I mean, Tua. I mean, Tua's probably. I mean, he's on his career is almost done.
I would say the one that still has a chance, Trent, is probably Mac Jones.
Backup.
That was a joke from our bet last year.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
you guys took that so serious.
And look who Trey just said is not a Trey's really come around. Loves Justin Fields now. Robert Saleh
Fields.
Oh, you just said they're not pretenders, and Justin Fields been starting up there 2-0.
I don't think they're pretenders because their defense and their
as a starter. Starter.
And you know what, Trent? I'm okay if Justin Fields ends up being great. You know why?
Why?
Because it would be such a like not slap in the face, but Bears fan. That would just bother Bears fans so much, and I love that.
See, and that's the difference between us then, because you don't like the Bears. I get it, because you're a Packers fan. I just can't stand the Steelers. So I don't want to see the Steelers have any sort of success.
I don't think they're going to be successful, to me. I mean, I don't think Justin Fields is going to be.
Trey, you keep your train awake.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Just dropping big old yawns over there.
I'm trying. So I'm just, really.
Let me spice it up for you a little bit.
Sheesh.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm trying.
Tyler, did you give your picks for the week?
I didn't. No, I didn't. But I'm also on the Bucks. I like the Bucks. I am on the Chargers as well, because I'm very surprised that the Chargers actually. I know it's only 1.5, but Chargers are 1.5 dogs, which surprised me. But I'm going to take the money line for the Chargers because I do believe in Harbaugh, and it's my Super Bowl pick.
Harbaugh.
I'm staying away from the Saints. Yeah, dude. About Moses,
I'm gonna be like Moses, and I'm gonna lean on my staff.
Yeah, crazy.
Is that what he said?
I'll die leaning on my staff.
I'll die. Yeah. He's like Moses. I'm gonna die leaning on my staff.
That's awesome. That is such a Harbaugh quote.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I'm staying away from the Eagles Saints game again. I agree, Trey. I think the Saints are for real. Eagles are just, I don't know. They're scatterbrained, man, for me. Like, I don't know. I'm just staying away from them, period.
Defense is vulnerable.
I agree with the Texans. I'm on the Texans. Just for the sake of argument, I'll take the Colts over the Bears.
Ooh,
beer bet me.
Ooh.
Give me the 2.5.
Pretty down in bear bets, aren't I?
Yeah, that's right. What was the one?
All right. I'll bear bet it because you have to actually take the Bears, which is kind of funny that you have to cheer for them.
I'm okay with that. I don't mind.
Yeah, give me the Colts, then I'll bear bet it. Weird Trey shake.
2.5.
Weird Trey shake. No, it's straight up money line, dude.
Oh, whoa. That's. I don't know about that.
Take the 2.5.
It's a 1.5 line.
Okay, then give me 1.5.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're acting like Trent. Now you're acting like Trent.
I'm asking for the line. I'm just asking for the
Why you
points.
got bring
Okay,
me into this?
I'll give you 1.5 then.
All right, thank you. How mad are you gonna be if you guys win by 1?
Punch in the head.
Dude, if they win by 1, I think you should not only give him a beer, you should like you can't really drink beer right now.
I mean, I can. I'm just choosing not to right now.
Good.
And then I'm taking the Niners by at least 10.
Whoa. By 10. I was nervous to take a -7.
I'm surprised that the Packers line didn't move at all with the news of Jordan Love possibly playing. That makes me think that he's not going to play.
He's not playing.
He's not going to play, dude. He's not going to play for at least for 3 more weeks.
Why would you? Dude, you're playing the Trey. You're
dude,
playing
let him heal,
Titans.
man.
3 more weeks, Tyler?
At least 2.
I think he plays against who they got after the Titans.
Be a big mistake.
No, it wouldn't. Tyler, he's
Don't come back
practicing.
too early. Okay.
He comes back against the Vikings.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
You got Titans, Vikings, Rams, Cardinals. What about any B teasers, boys? I got one.
I don't have any teasers ready yet.
I didn't develop my B teaser yet, but I'll tell you what, I'm 2 for 2.
One leg for me. One leg. I'm 1-1. Can I rattle off my quick teaser here?
Sure can.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I have a 4 legs, 6.5 points as usual. I got the Texans plus 4.5. Buccaneers becomes a pick'em just to win. It's the first leg where I've taken a favorite, by the way. This is the first teaser where I've had a favorite. I know I don't typically do that.
The mortal sin in teasers, man.
Yeah, well, eat it. Buccaneers money line. Raiders plus 1.5. Yeah, Raiders plus 1.5. And then I have Cardinals plus 9.5. So comes out to be about plus 225 in that
Pretty
teaser.
cool.
So
you say you only have one favorite there, Trent?
I have 2. This is my first teaser of the year that includes favorites in it.
Okay. As I say, I thought the Texans were favorites too.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have 3 favorites. Oh Lord, this is a mortal sin.
Trent, man.
It's gonna hit, guaranteed.
All right.
Beer belly. All right. I'm just kidding.
So real quick, we will transition here into. There's NFL.com released their 167, I believe they call them modern day candidates for the Hall of Fame. This is always a fun topic for me to discuss because it oftentimes makes me angry. But just looking at some of the names, I rolled my eyes at probably a majority of these guys on this list, but it is kind of fun just to kind of see who's there, who's up for it, who's potential and all that stuff. So what we decided to do is kind of just pick from each category. I know graphic might be a little bit hard to see there on the podcast unless you have a screen that's kind of a little bit close to your face, but we're going to pick one person per category, meaning one for the quarterbacks, one for the running backs, receivers, one tight end, one offensive lineman, one D lineman, one linebacker, one D back, one punter, kicker. Do we want to do special teams since there's only 2, or just want to kind of leave it at that? Okay.
I do have a question.
We'll do primary positions.
Are these legit like narrowed down to this many guys, or are these just guys that are eligible?
So these are narrowed down, and then what they do is they trim it down. I believe the next number is like 50. I think from the 167, and then I think after that, then I think it's like 35, and it kind of gets smaller and smaller from there. But this was the initial first list here for 2025, so definitely interesting to see some of these guys in here because I'm like, oh man, they're already up for the Hall of Fame. Like,
one per group, right?
Yeah, one per group. So let's start up there with quarterbacks. Again, I'm not going to read all the names up there. We'll share this graphic with you guys too on X so that way you can also see it, maybe compare contrast. But
easiest group right here. Easiest.
You think so?
Quarterbacks?
Yeah.
100%. I got you.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Eli Manning.
Okay.
Right of all these
Trey?
names. Yep.
That's what I would say too. Yep.
Yeah, I'm actually on Eli Manning as well. I mean, you could put Rich Gannon up there. Not Mark Bulger. Mark Bulger, man, I can't believe Mark Bulger's even up there.
That's what I mean. I'm getting ready to just tell you right now. Do any of those other quarterbacks besides Eli Manning have a singular Super Bowl? No.
Did Jake?
No, they lost.
They made it to the
yeah. Making it does not.
Rich Gannon does.
They did not have a Super Bowl. Got their butts whooped. He set the record for most interceptions. Dummy.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. You all right, Tyler?
Yeah,
sorry.
Thanks. It's all right.
Made it to the Super Bowl. Sorry.
Yeah.
Best NFL team in the NFL last 6 seasons, according to Debo, and yet to have a championship. So,
Rich Gannon?
No, I'm saying Niners.
Oh.
Yeah. Debo said they've been the most talented NFL team in the past 6 seasons and have nothing to show for it.
Yeah, he also said they're the best team in the NFL this year, and I agree with him.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to have anything to show for it. We'll see. All right, Manning for me and Trey, it sounds like. Tyler?
Yeah, and I'm also Manning as well. So Eli Manning across the board.
Not
very exciting.
No Flutie Flakes there?
No Flutie Flakes for me.
The only other one that I would have considered would have been Steve McNair. But
even that story. Just for the story.
Yeah, and that's honestly it. Yeah.
Sympathy vote. All right.
Okay, well, geez.
Fair enough. Well, I'm just what?
When you say it like that, it makes me
it's
all right. Next we got running backs. Trent, you got one?
Yeah, come on, Trey. Coon. No, I'm just kidding. Shippensburg grad. John Kuhn.
That's crazy he's in that.
No, and this is where it gets a little tough. And I know I used my Super Bowl reason for the other one. I don't know if it really matters as much here. But the guy that jumps out to me, you guys are going to probably totally crap on me for this, but I would say Eddie George.
That's not, no, I wouldn't crap on you for that.
Okay, that's good.
I'll crap on you for some other things.
No crapping on Trent.
Yeah.
Here we go. Where, Trey? You gonna crap on someone's face or what?
Yeah, I'd crap.
Trey, you got one?
The running backs. I have one. So I don't know if you guys read what the asterisk or the italicized thing means. But the asterisk means that they were finalists for the last year, like they were in the final group voting. Okay. The italicized means that it's their first year eligible.
They're new, right.
So part of me, like Fred Taylor was a great running back, and on that list, I would consider him one of the top guys to consider for the Hall of Fame, if not the guy. But I didn't get to see much of Fred Taylor personally. I just know historically he was good, so I didn't get to see like an eye test. So I would say Chris Johnson.
Jeez.
CJ2K.
But why?
Because he ran for 2,000 yards at least once, maybe twice.
So did Jamal Lewis.
Okay.
And
Jamal Lewis exciting. Didn't have a personality.
Jamal Lewis is the second most in a season, doesn't he? To Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson?
Yeah.
No, I think Adrian Peterson has.
Go ahead. Well, Tyler gets his pick.
I mean, if there's a couple. I mean, you look at Sean Alexander sticks out. He's all right. He was he was a good fantasy running back there for a while. Tiki Barber, some can make the argument for. I even looked at say a Priest Holmes, who was dominant for a lot of years there in Kansas City.
Right.
I'm honestly, and I mean even Ricky Williams, but I'm actually going to go with Ricky Waters, Harrisburg guy, 5-time Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champ, most rushing touchdowns in a playoff game record. Yeah, I'm going Ricky Waters.
All right.
Over Fred. I think Fred Taylor gets in this year.
What is I'm not gonna lie. I just don't think Fred Taylor does it for me. Maybe it's just me not. I mean, I remember him playing. I'm pretty sure Tyler, didn't you have his jersey? Pretty
Yeah, he
sure.
did.
Mark Brunell
Yeah.
or Fred Taylor. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah,
But,
I think so.
I do want to correct it. Adrian Peterson did. He did have the second most to Eric Dickerson.
Okay.
Jamal Lewis was third.
Thank you, trying for your apology.
You're welcome.
All right,
It's
next you
weird
got the
when you
wide
put-
receivers. I feel like this category always frustrates the hell out of me because
Yeah.
there's wide receivers on here where I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, come on.
Tyler loves Torrey Holt.
No. Like again,
No,
good wide receiver. Dude, the one that cracks me up on here is Musa Muhammad.
Yeah.
Like, are you
All right.
kidding me? Like,
I don't know who that is.
he was.
I'm like,
I don't even know if he
wow.
was
From the
for the
Panthers.
Panthers. Yeah.
Wow, what the hell? I would go out of these guys. I would go Reggie Wayne or Hines Ward, and I don't like Hines Ward. But
I'll second those because those were my two. I think. Ooh,
how the hell's
I don't know.
Roddy White? What?
Yeah, I know.
What?
I know. Donald Driver, like
Oh,
Irving.
Tyler Hat, you had to do that. Why did you do
No,
that? Why
I'll
did
tell you.
do
Okay,
that?
okay. No, I will say this. I'll say
no,
this.
but you could also say
No,
Anquan
Tyler's
Bolden
right.
up there.
Tyler's right. I would take Jordy Nelson over Donald Driver on this list.
Really? Wow.
Mhm.
I don't know. Gosh,
Derek
like
Mason.
there's a lot of wide receivers on here that were good wide receivers, but like when you're talking Hall of Fame, like
Okay.
I honestly think Hines Ward and Reggie Wayne are the only two that you can actually
Nope.
pick.
Nope. Because let me give mine because I also had Reggie Wayne as my top pick, but I had a guy written down a second in case someone else took Reggie Wayne, and guess who it was?
Okay.
It wasn't Hines Ward. Although Hines Ward is a close third to this guy. I think it's Wes Welker.
Yeah,
He's been a staple on multiple teams, the Patriots and the Broncos. So I mean,
yeah.
And he was always performing. He had at least 85 catches a season. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just who I would say. But
yeah,
wide receiver coach for the Dolphins now, right?
Yeah.
He left the Niners.
Yeah. All right.
Tight ends. There's only 6.
There's one.
Easy one.
There's only one.
We're probably all the same then.
Antonio Gates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you could make the argument that Jeremy Shockey was.
You cannot, Tyler. Shut up. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Tyler was gonna say. I think we all got the same one. I thought he was gonna say Jeremy Shockey. I really did.
No, it's obviously Antonio Gates. I like Vernon Davis, but like he was good.
With him.
Man, this is tough.
But I'll tell you this though, the one that I can't believe is on there, and like again, all right, tight end Delaney Walker. Are we kidding? Like seriously,
Tyler?
He's
I think
one of
he
the
had a better
boys,
career
man.
than Jeremy Shockey.
Huh?
I think he had a better career than Jeremy Shockey.
Wait, man, no way.
Yeah, I think Trey might
Played
be
longer.
right.
Yes.
I don't know. All right, let's go to the O line where the big boys are at.
Can we pick more than one here? Gosh,
This one is tough.
This is a tough
There
one.
there's a lot of good.
there's
linemen
really
here.
good ones. Really good ones. Obviously, I'm 1,500% biased. Jeff Saturday.
Oh yeah, he is on there. I didn't even see him earlier.
Yeah, Jeff Saturday. And then if I had to go with a couple other guys that would be near second, I would say Matt Burke deserves to be in consideration. I would say Olin Kreutz was a staple for decades.
Yep.
And then a new one a new guy that's italicized is Marshall Yonda's pretty good, but I'm still 1,000% Jeff Saturday.
About Nick Mangold.
Yeah, I like him. I mean, he did have some serious AFC championship runs.
Yeah.
So
So I had three guys. Top guy was Jeff Saturday.
Okay.
I think him being Peyton's center for all those years and all the success they had kind of helps him, to be honest with you, get in. And just his, I don't know, he's just a good guy. I think people like him.
Not his play. Okay.
Well, no, obviously,
quarterback.
anyone in this list was a great player. Like, we know that. But there's things that influence voters. And when you think of Peyton Manning and Jeff Saturday, it's like, oh, those guys were hand in hand. Great era, huge success. Like,
You mean hand
and
and nuts? Hand and nuts.
Yeah, hand and butt. Yeah. But
Yeah.
the other two that I have that I had a couple backups just in case you guys took them, and I had other talking points. But I had Nick Mangold, Tyler. I think him on that Patriots line was, I mean, that whole line was great. It's almost like the Eagles, every single person was great on that line. And I don't know, I think he was a big staple of that. And the other one I have is Steve Wisniewski.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was just he's a name, offensive lineman name that sticks out. Like you remember him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Was he a Penn Stater or was it his kid?
I don't know.
It was his kid.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Matt.
So I think that's what I was going to say. You're biased, but anyway. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ty.
No, I was going to say I love the
he was from
I love
Penn
the
State.
Jeffs. I love the Jeff Saturday pick for sure. Just again, I think it is him and Peyton kind of going hand in hand.
Trey, what college did Jeff Saturday go to?
Oh my God.
It's crazy. I know offensive lineman colleges. Thanks.
But I know this? Like, is it like a...
Yeah.
Should I know it?
Yeah. I don't know. It's good trivia.
I don't know.
Tar Heels.
Yeah.
Chapel. Yep.
I would also, and I know I'm biased, but I also do like Joe Staley on there.
Okay.
He's a very good left tackle for a lot of years.
I will say,
yeah,
of
but
all
there's so
the
many people that are so much better than him on this list.
Of all the names, my favorite to always say was Chris Snee. I don't know why.
Yeah, Chris Snee. Do you notice how many centers are on there though?
Well, hell yeah, man.
It's because it's so easy to succeed at center.
No, it's the toughest position to play.
Jeez.
No, I don't think. Ask Zach Weiler about center.
I know all about his comments, but as I say, you can't
Zach,
deny it. You got to be the smartest. You got to be able to snap a ball. You actually have to be able to do something besides just block. You got to get the ball back. So,
yeah. I don't know, Trent.
All right, let's move down to D lineman here.
Oh, here we go. D-line, all you got to do is rush the quarterback, right? Yeah, that's all you got to do.
I'll be honest with you. Like this list doesn't
impress you.
Good one, yeah. That doesn't impress me.
I'm not. I mean, out of all the guys that I think impress me on this, I'm going to say three real quick.
I got three as well,
and I'm going to say the three are in this order.
Oh no, we're in the same exact three.
I got Vince Wilfork, Robert Mathis, Elodie Nada.
Okay.
What about Jared Allen?
Okay, so I have Elodie Nada, Jared Allen, and Vince Wilfork.
I had Jared Allen and Robert Mathis. I don't think Elodie Nada was good enough to be in the Hall of Fame. And I think with Vince Wilfork, I would say Vince Wilfork possibly.
Nada's got better. He's a better career than. I mean, I know Allen was good, but Super Bowl.
It's crazy that we had 3-4 of the same guys, all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, you could also make the argument for Simeon Rice. Simeon Rice has a Super Bowl.
So you guys didn't think Justin Tuck at all?
1 year. I do. I like Justin Tuck.
Get the hell out of here, Trent.
I like him.
No.
Casey Hampton's on there.
Hell of a Super Bowl year, man.
All right. I will say this next category interests me a lot. There are a lot of good linebackers here.
Yeah. I already know Tyler's, but
it's not who you think.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the one that's obviously, I think, asterisked
Okay.
Or no, it's his first year. I'm sorry. It's his first year. I think Terrell Suggs. Actually, no, I don't think Suggs. Actually, you know what?
You don't think Suggs?
I don't think so. I'm going to cross that.
Alright.
There's three guys. I have three names. I'm going to name my first one is James Harrison.
Whoa. I didn't see you saying that, man.
Why?
I just didn't see that.
Remember, we do still have college football to touch on here.
I know.
Man, yeah, we do.
But listen, okay, James Harrison. Can I give my other ones or no?
Let's go in order. I'll give you my first one.
Okay.
Teddy Bruschi.
Fuck you. That's my number two. That's my number two. That's
Thank God I didn't let you say your next one.
dang it. Tyler, who's your number one?
I had Suggs and Kuechly.
I like Kuechly. Kuechly is my number two.
Jeez, I didn't see Kuechly.
But I put Suggs as my first one.
Jeez, man.
And I think Bill Romanowski needs to be up there.
He's a little crazy. I don't know if he'll get in. He was
he
nuts.
also used steroids too.
Hey, who didn't? A lot of these guys probably did.
And Tread, did you think I was going to say Bowman?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, for sure.
But here's the thing: is he was a very good linebacker. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Patrick Willis, yes. Patrick Willis was the difference maker. Navarro Bowman, I think Fred Warner is going to be in the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done.
Fun fact.
I think. Well, this might be controversial from Niners linebackers. I think Fred Warner will be better in the long run than Patrick Willis and Navarro.
Yes, absolutely.
Hands down.
Stay healthy, absolutely.
He's incredible. He's the highest ranked player right now in football right now.
Where did he go to college?
Hold on. I kind of want to say NC State, but don't quote me on that.
I got a better.
No, it's BYU.
He's a Mormon.
Soaker.
I don't know that he's a Mormon.
Wow.
You say Soaker.
Trent said that, not me.
Oh,
God. He was a third round pick.
I love Trey's hockey team name. We got to make shirts with that.
I can't believe,
yeah, I know. Anyway, sorry.
No, we really do.
Hey, real quick fun fact: London Fletcher, original college. Where did he go?
St. Francis.
God damn you!
Really,
you rascal. Red flash.
Right. Let's move up to D-backs here. This, yeah, I don't like a lot of these either.
Yeah,
just real quick.
Go ahead.
Charles Tillman.
That was Pat Tillman, Trey.
No. Charles Tillman is the peanut tray. Tyler.
Peanut punch, Tyler. Yeah.
Peanut punch.
I thought Trey was asking.
No.
I thought he was asking. I'm like, no, that's not the same Tillman.
No, I said I know who I'm taking. Dr. Charles Tillman. I know who Pat Tillman is. Rest in peace.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I hope this guy gets in just for child support reason. No, I'm just kidding. I was gonna say for Marty, but no. I like two guys here. Not that I like the one, but the other one I could see getting in. I liked. Where is he? Bob Sanders. I like. Don't know if he's Hall of Fame worthy because he was kind of a couple years and then off the face. But I'm actually a little surprised Rodney Harrison hasn't been in yet.
Dude, I can't. Oh man,
But the thing he has going for him is he's still super relevant because of TV.
Yeah, I know. He just annoys the hell out of me.
I know.
So does that influence your next pick for the next guys, Trent?
No, well, hold on a second. I didn't get mine. I like Trey's Tillman pick, but I don't know. I'll go Eric Berry. That's my
fair.
Eric Berry, wow, Chiefs,
Tennessee
grad.
Yes, sir.
I knew it.
Yeah. It's a good story too. He overcame cancer.
Yeah,
yes, he did.
All right, punters, kickers. I'm not gonna lie. There's a good.
Tyler, go ahead. Easy, good.
Well, I think. Well, first off, the easy pick is Adam Vinatieri.
Yes.
I hope
Wow.
someday that McAfee gets in, just because that'd be awesome for him, for the show, for everything that he stands for.
Dude, isn't there one punter in there, and it's Ray Guy?
Is that
Isn't it? I think he's the only one. Raiders drafted him.
Okay, so we all pick Vinatieri.
I would say
You
Vinatieri.
have to.
But
Yeah.
if you're going to ever see Pat McAfee get in, then you better have Shane Leckler in.
I was literally just going to say the other person I would consider is Shane Leckler.
Yeah,
because I think he's the best punter ever.
Thanks, Raiders, for being so bad with him. And
I think
punt. He was
a
highlight of the Raiders for a long time.
I don't know if you guys saw anything of McAfee today, but I think it was Shane Leckler that McAfee talked about. They were talking about jersey swaps. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I was going to do it one time. And I think it was Shane Leckler. And he goes, we're like, well, what happened? He goes, I just forgot. I just left. I forgot.
What about Marquette King? When's he going to be eligible?
Dude, he's still in the XFL, Trey.
Can you guys believe Mike Vanderjagt is on this?
Hey.
Why?
Am I thinking the wrong guys? Who's the kicker that Peyton Manning used to hate?
That was Vanderjagt.
Yeah, it was Vanderjagt. And then it was Vinatieri after that.
Yeah.
Was Vanderjagt that guy? I thought Vanderjagt sucked. Like, I thought he missed.
No, he was a good one.
It was like him and Vinatieri were like hand in hand best kickers in the league.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, it's a good list. Like I said, we'll share with all the listeners there. That way everybody can see it. Good list. All right. So we do have college football to get into here.
Let's rattle our picks off for the week, boys. What you said? We had good NFL talk there.
Yeah, I only got one pick.
Only one? I got a couple.
Yeah.
Trey?
Go ahead.
Actually, I mean, I got one guaranteed best bet, and that's Kansas +3 against West Virginia. Kansas has their quarterback that was injured last year. I can't think of his name, but he's back. I think it's Jalen Daniels, maybe? Jalen?
It is Daniels, I believe.
Yeah. I think it's Jalen. But they had a bad loss last week, I believe it was. And I think they're going to bounce back. West Virginia's coming off a pretty tough schedule, to be honest with you. Playing Penn State, and then you got two pretty big rivalry games in Penn State and Pitt. But I think Kansas is looking for a bounce back game, and then you got a team coming off a very hard schedule. I think it's just a recipe for Kansas to kind of like just whittle them down and overpower them, especially being an SEC school, or no, I'm sorry, Big 12 school, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going Kansas +3 there. I think they got better players and an advantage with their schedule and their mentality. But the other pick that I just saw now, honestly, that I kind of want to take, and you guys are like, oh, how could you do that? Blah, blah, and I'll get a lot of flack, but I'm a big advocate in betting with your head, not your heart. And Penn State getting 50 points against Kent State is insane. And I know Kent State's awful, and they are.
How could you do that? How could you do that?
But a 50-point spread is like Penn State could win that game by 3 points with their history of how they play teams like this. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
they almost lost to Bowling Green. That's insane. I know they're not the worst team, but still, 50-point spread for a Penn State team that I just don't see that. So I'll take Penn State.
I mean, keep in mind, for St. Francis beat them in Tennessee hung with 71.
And I understand that, but I just don't see
two high-powered offenses. I get it with Red Flash and Volunteers. So
I mean, they're comparable.
Yeah.
I think honestly, what Tennessee did was crazy.
Josh Heupel, Chris Valerio. I mean, come on.
Yeah, can barely tell the difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Although Valerio had the better NFL career.
It's true. Did I even talk to you guys about the Heisman thing with Heupel?
Yeah,
I did. With Drew Brees and LaDainian. That was nuts.
Dude was legit, crazy. Man.
Yeah.
All right, Trey. I will not be touching that Penn State anyway because I very well could see, like, The difference is Penn State probably has a better defense than Tennessee. So if they shut out,
I don't know about this year.
Shut up, Tyler. That is ridiculous.
if they
Tennessee
shut,
defense is scary good this year.
Oh yeah.
okay.
All right.
Well, if they shut them out, I don't see Kent State doing a thing. I really don't, unless Penn State sits a lot of guys. Like that's where you can see a garbage cover.
They had a
I
bye
see,
week.
I see what you're
so
saying there. It would be a garbage cover. Is that what you're saying, Trey?
Yeah, I just don't think they're gonna take it to 50. That's all.
I got you. All right, I got four. I got 4 picks on Love.
Right.
I am rocking with the Cornhuskers though. I think they're -8. I'm going to take those, but they're not. They're actually not one of my 4. I just got to throw that out there. All right, we die, we die. It is what it is.
Just taking everybody's thunder tonight, Trent.
Okay, sorry, man. Sorry.
It's not a pick, but I'm just going to say this anyway.
Well, they're my team. They're my team this year. I just want to make Trey angry again. He was so mad when I said that last week. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was stupid.
Okay.
It's whoever Penn State plays or is in the same division as Penn State.
There's no divisions anymore. Iowa -2.5 versus Minnesota. That's my first one. Boston College -7 home against Michigan State. Kansas State -6.5 at BYU. And then I like Tennessee -7 at Oklahoma.
Okay. All right. I am on the Cornhusker -8 over Illinois. I think Illinois has had a couple good games, but I think Nebraska is just kind of clicking on all cylinders right now. I am going to take Marshall +40 against Ohio State.
Oh
because
man,
the NIL biscuits, baby.
I was just gonna say you're buying the biscuits.
No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm not actually taking it. So Marshall's head coach is trying to recruit players with all-you-can-eat biscuits, Tudor biscuits, to come play for him. He's like, listen,
That worked for me.
this will be the NIL. He goes, we got all-you-can-eat Tudor biscuits. So awesome clip, but yeah,
Bring me
I think
there.
Fast Break shared it today, and I was following up on it. It's pretty cool. It's funny. But no,
By the
I'm
way,
not.
Their podcast is the College Juice is very beneficial. That's
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. Anybody wants to listen on college sports and stuff, they're hitting college football, and then I know they'll hit college basketball too. College Juice, I believe. Not sure what days they air, but check them out on Spotify for sure. Couple other picks here. Coastal Carolina let me down, so I'm going to stay away from them. I think USC covers -5.5 against Michigan. I think they might blow the doors off of Michigan again. I say again just because Michigan had the doors blown off last time.
Texas.
Did I say Northern Illinois?
I don't know if you did.
No.
I'm on Northern Illinois -14.5 against Buffalo. I think they're playing good ball, and I think they're riding a high wave right now.
Before we finish up college football, there is one game this week that I think is probably has the biggest implication in terms of playoffs.
Hang on, I'm not done.
Okay.
Tennessee -7 for sure. That is my lock. So put it on your board. I think that's it.
Okay.
So
yeah, the big implication game that I was talking about is Utah and Oklahoma State.
Yeah, that's interesting. Right now the spread's at 2.5.
I think one of those teams is gonna win the Big 12, in my opinion. I know I picked Oklahoma State, so I'm hoping they come out with a victory. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that 4 p.m. game. So it'll be kind of after the big rush. Yeah. Be keeping an eye on that one for sure.
Average quarterback age 32
What?
in that game.
Shut up.
Both one is 25, one is 26.
That's crazy.
I think a game to keep an eye on too is Mississippi State, Florida. I think Mississippi State might beat Florida, and I think Florida actually parts ways sooner than later with their coach.
Florida's trash.
Yeah, they're not. Trust me, I ain't mad. I know my son's mad, but I ain't mad. Sorry about it, bud. Yeah. Anything else college football wise?
No. Anybody know where game day is this week? I'm sorry. I shouldn't put you guys on the spot. I'm just looking forward to it. We had a Saturday game this past weekend.
I bet you it's in Oklahoma State.
It's tough. It's all right. We don't have to know. I was just checking if we knew. I love
no, they're going. Hold on, wait. They're going to Oklahoma for Oklahoma, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh,
That'll be a good one. That's a very good one.
Yeah.
That's
man. Dude, there's so many storylines right now with that game.
Yeah.
I can't freaking wait, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, Stoops fired him, head coach Tennessee.
What's that?
So Tennessee,
Heupel, yeah.
he used to be the offensive coordinator, and Stoops had to fire him.
Yep, I know.
From there, so
giddy up.
But, hey, let's get there. Let's get there and keep pumping out positive days, boys.
Let's do it. All right. Well, hey, everybody, enjoy your weekend. Appreciate you guys coming on.
Yes, sir.
Good cast. A lot of football.
That's what it's all about, baby. I love talking football. It's the best.
Just need some Jack Daniels and some apple cider.
Yeah. And Trey, you know what they say on Saturdays? Go Cornhuskers.
For the boys? Huh?
Go Cornhuskers.
Wow. Yeah. That's
he's all in, dude.
Hear that, Penn Staters?
What?
Got one ally on this podcast. One of them.
Whoa. It's like he's gonna dox you and give your address now, Trent.
Yeah,
I'm about to.
Wouldn't doubt. I mean, after we ended last week's episode.
Yeah.
He was an angry elf.
All right, fellas.
All right. Yep. See you. Have a good weekend.
See ya.